Hey there, fellow travelers. Episode 17 in the ongoing saga of the Crf450L rally build. Had a suggestion. Let me know what you think of it. I was asked if I want to split this up into different sections. So one section on the quote-unquote rally kit that I bought, another section on doing the suspension, another section on doing the tower. I had pretty much decided to do one on the tower by itself. But anyways, I think I might do that just so you know, so it might be split up. Plus I've actually filmed and edited a couple Harley videos for those of you guys that ride dual sports, but also ride Harleys. If you don't know, I own Moto Motion, a little shop in Penticton, BC, specialize in whatever I want to build. Basically, not really. What I specialize is in the summertime is keeping people on the road, and the wintertime is building customs and custom being something like this bike here. So something that's not a general production. So the last time you saw this tank, I was getting ready to weld that. Now, unfortunately, my TIG welder, talking to the gentleman who did these gorgeous welds, or at least one of his crew did. The biggest problem I have is that I'm running an air-cooled torch versus we have the same amperage machine, but he has a liquid-cooled torch, so it welds a lot better. None of the heat is lost in the torch itself, and it's all pushed through to the material, so the material melts a lot quicker. Regardless, it's all done. I'm not going to go buy a liquid cooled torch. I don't do that much TIGging at the moment. I'd rather get more into machining than welding. So you can see there the way I've got it set up. It took a while, but when I laid everything out, I made sure all the hoses were in place. Now I don't have the fuel pump actually hooked up at the moment. It's just a dry fit. So this is what we got going on. We're gonna back up a minute here, come over to the other side. Now, you'll see I didn't put one here. I actually have all the bracketry made for it. I actually had to machine that one a little bit differently so it could go in there. But the only problem is that if you look at where the exhaust pipe goes through, there's no way that exhaust pipe is going to fit with that bottom bracket on. That said, I don't think that's going anywhere. We're going to run it just as as a box right now, but eventually this will become a water tank of some sort. Other than that, really, I apologize for taking so long to make this video. I just haven't had time to get to this bike. I've been working on some of the other machines in the shop, like the 990 got some love. I just finished a powertrain in that bike there. There's lots of other stuff going on, and unfortunately with COVID, and I kind of got a bit depressed. I will be honest, I got a bit depressed because Sonora Rally, the one that I had been wanting to go to, got moved to May. And when it gets moved to May, that's in the middle of pretty much every bike shop in Canada. That's in the middle of their very busiest of seasons. So I can't go to Sonora. That said, some great guys from Ontario and BC have banded together to create kind of the Crazy Connects on two wheels version. And they're going to the Baja Rally in September. So I think I'm going to try to make that one with those guys. So I'm going to put you down for a minute and we'll get that skid plate on and we'll look at the skid plate and see how that all mates up. This is just a test fit right now. So the process for doing an oil change. I've got this question actually before I take off and put the skid plate back on. Process for doing an oil change on this bike is you have to disconnect well, first thing you do, skid plate comes off. Second thing, the water tank comes off. Third thing, the left-hand fuel tank comes off. Then you can do your oil change, and then it goes back in that reverse order. So I'm gonna have a busy after rally every night. in a busy 1,001 kilometers on a general basis. But I've had this on and off a couple times already, and I'm quite happy with it. I haven't got the foam in there. Probably when I come back after the break here to get the skid plate on, you'll see I'll have some EVA foam in this area. This was kind of built this way, so the EVA foam will take up some of the vibration and hopefully not wear into the frame or into the tank. So that's about it for the moment, and we'll be right back. Okay, so welcome back through the magic of editing. We're right here. So there it is, tank's in place. I just have the EVA foam up underneath here right now between the frame and the and the water tank. I haven't dressed the weld between the tank and the skid plate yet. I will have to do that tomorrow night. I think that's really about it for tonight. Everything is fitting as it did before, which is really, really snugly. And you can see in here that the way everything is, it all clears. The pipe shouldn't be a problem. It wasn't a problem before, and I haven't added anything into that area, so we should be good there. The one thing I might do is, if you see here, I have a gap between these two, which I actually want. That way when you put that bolt under tension, especially with the Nordlock washer in there, it keeps the tension, keeps everything up close. If you're doing a bracket and they actually touch, that's no bueno, and you need to create some clearance in there. That's a bit much. I should have actually welded this a bit higher, or had them welded a bit higher. I thought I did, but regardless, it doesn't matter. It's got lots of tension underneath it. If it really bugs me, I'll make this bracket again. The upper bracket, you can't see it from the fuel line, but it's gonna have to be clearance just a bit, because they just touch on the final, eighth of a turn. So now the next project is going to be to get rid of those riv nuts way in there. The reason is, like you can see here, we have M6 bolts on a countersunk washer. So you can see how they're nice and flush. And then if you come in under here, there it is. Oh, there it is. And they gave me the same washers, but using the M6s instead of M8s. So the problem is that the washer doesn't fit the bolt. The angle is the same, but it's not that great. The biggest disadvantage is now you need 2 Allen keys to take off the skid plate. If I can give a hint over the years, that of all the years I've been building motorcycles, try to use as few fastener sizes as possible, because that way you need fewer tools with you when you're out in the middle of nowhere. So that's what we're going to do there. I've got a plan in mind. You'll see what I'm going to do there to get rid of that and make it a lot more, lot happier. That's about it for tonight. Thanks for watching, and we shall see you next time. Try to get a big shot of the bike. Oh.